Hello friends and welcome to Stock Simplified. Today we are going to talk about today's market action and what we can expect tomorrow and some of the highlights of the day. So if you look at today's markets in Nifty and Banknifty, so no doubt Banknifty outperformed Nifty. Banknifty were up 460 points and Nifty were up 140 points. So it was strong rally led, let's say, primarily Nifty was led by four major stocks, the heavyweights of RIL, HDFC, ICICI, and Kodak Bank. So out of the 140 points, roughly 95 to 140 points were added by these four stocks only. On the other side, if you look at the sector wise, so except for those defensive sectors, which is FMCG, technology, telecom, and pharma, almost all other sectors gave a positive return today. So that was good overall, bullish market overall. And this whole was not only India, but it was a global scenario wherein all the majority of the global markets were high. Whether it Asia or Europe, and Dow was also, Dow futures also very looking strong. So even at the moment, also, if you look at the Dow future, it is still around 180 to 200 points up. So this is a kind of overall snapshot of the market. But if you look at Bank Nifty, and I'm going to talk about Bank Nifty primarily today because I think that maybe we may see more action happening in Bank Nifty as compared to the Nifty. So and there is a reason for that, considering that Bank Nifty has been a laggard and significant one as compared to Nifty. So Nifty had made a top of what 12,430 around somewhere before Corona crisis, and it is now, let's say, at 11,200, which is just 10% less. So as against, let's say, if we talk about Bank Nifty, which had a high of 31,650 around, and now still trailing at 22,800. So maybe 30% less, 30% still to cover. So I feel that maybe Bank Nifty will do a little bit of a catch up, if not to the 100%, but still a little bit of a coverage. And there is a basis for that, and what the banking heavyweights are showing. So from a Bank Nifty chart point of view, let's say if you look at it, so Bank Nifty closed at 22,800, which in itself is a good mark. However, the main rally will come when it is able to close this high, which was last swing high of 23,100. So if it is able to close and stay above it, which hopefully it should be able to tomorrow, let's say within this same expiry, then the next natural target probably be this, which is a very significant level, 50% retracement of Fibonacci 50% level from the last peak before Corona crisis. So 24,000, if that is taken care, then this is going to be 25,000 is next target. And what makes me feel so, and the reason for that bullishness on Bank Nifty is two, three things. One is Axis Bank results have just come out, and looks like that results have beaten market expectations. And if you look at here, the Axis Bank ADR is trading at 9% higher, which in itself is going to take Bank Nifty much higher because anyways heavyweight in Bank Nifty. And definitely, this the level that you're talking about, 23,100, of that positive, it may gap up open even above it. And that's not only Axis Bank. If we look at ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank, so all are kind of given. I'll show you the chart. So it's kind of breakout. Let's say this is HDFC Bank had given a breakout at this level. So just ignore this comment here. So this was a breakout at 1125, and for last 2 days it is still able to sustain. However, it was opening higher and closer, coming down, but still able to sustain above 1125 levels. So that's a kind of good thing, that yes, these 2 days have shown kind of a profit booking for the people who had been sitting in the decent profit from the lows of the market of the last swing low. That's about SDFC. But on the other side, if you look at ICICI Bank, so ICICI Bank again, you see this, the ICICI Bank has been trying to cross this hurdle for so many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is sixth attempt by ICICI Bank to cross this level of 380, and if it is able to cross this level, so 400, 390, 400 is going to be a decent target for ICICI Bank. So this is another reason for me bullish on ICICI Bank Nifty per se as compared to Nifty. On the other side, if you look at Kotak Bank as well, I'm just talking about the heavyweights of Bank Nifty. So Kotak Bank again, you see this is showing a very nice pattern wherein it is looking to break 1380 kind of a levels. So looking at these four heavyweight, and so is SBI. If you look at SBI as well, it is also making these kind of pattern, which is a kind of closing on to just clearing this hurdle of 200. So the moment it is higher, so I expect these 4-5 heavyweights of the Bank Nifty, which controls more than 80% weightage in Bank Nifty, all are at a very significant level. And considering the Axis Bank results and this ADR jump of nearly 10%, we expect that market, particularly Bank Nifty, to do much better tomorrow. So now if you look at the option chain data, just to see what is option chain suggesting us. So I'm an option chain NSE website and looking at the option chain. So here the highest open interest is still sitting at 11,200. That is one of the reasons I'm not that bullish, despite looks like that Nifty is may not run as much as Bank Nifty would, but definitely it is. That doesn't mean that Nifty has a negative side and Bank Nifty can run and Nifty will fall. So that's not the case. But Bank Nifty may outperform compared to Nifty. So this is one which is kind of very just sitting next to the level where we are trading at the moment. So today we closed at 11,162. So and 11,200 is kind of next hurdle that we are going to face, and so that is what. But if it is taken out, then every 100 points has naturally. So but the second largest open interest is 11,500. On the put side, if you look at the put side we see a significant OI addition in 11,100 and even 11,150, 11,200 as well. So on the other side, if you see this 11,000 has added 19 lakh 80,000, or this 21.5 lakhs shares got added in 11,100 put. So which is a kind of strong support. So I expect markets to kind of hover between this 11,000 to 11,300 for Nifty, or maybe 400 kind of level. So this is a broad range of 300-400 points for Bank Nifty. But on the other side, I expect Bank Nifty to do much better. However, today's option data is basically not very clear. It is still showing that highest open interest is still sitting at 23,000 calls, which will act as a resistance. However, if it is taken out in the morning, or maybe if Bank Nifty opens up, gap up, and then it's able to stay above, so this 23,000 call writers would be forced to basically close their positions, and that short covering may take it to next level, which is 23,500 kind of a zone. So I expect that to happen maybe next couple of days before this expiry. And I won't be surprised if crosses that as well. On the put side, if you look at it, this is a kind of little bit of a uncertain numbers that we see. So that put side shows that the highest put writing is at 22,000 put, which is pretty far from where we are at the moment, 800 points down below. So people are not very looks like they are not very confident writing puts at a very close level. However, they have today's highest addition to the puts was at 22,500. So this is a little bit of a this put side is not supporting that claim, but on the other side, call writing is basically people are comfortable, looks like they're comfortable writing calls, but that can also lead to a short covering, and that may trigger even higher levels. So not anything is possible, but this is the option data what is suggesting us. So if you look at the Bank Nifty and Nifty OI addition today, so Nifty added 8% open interest today, so addition of 8%, and Bank Nifty added 9% open interest as a, let's say. And if you look at the main constituents of Bank Nifty, so Axis Bank added 12% open interest, ICICI Bank added 3%, and SBI added 6% OI. So if you look at all these things, so this looks like a long build up happening in all these banking shares, considering these prices were way high. Axis was more than 2%, ICICI was 4.5%, and SBI was also better. So our a lot of things will depend on today how US market behave, but looks like so far, looking at the closing and the how market was kind of consolidating in between. If you look at the hourly chart, so Bank Nifty was kind of very there was no movement after it opened. Sorry, this is let me bring the chart. Bank Nifty. So if you see this, the whole day Bank Nifty kept on trading within this small range of 730, 740 on higher side, and 650. So 100 points, roughly 100 points throughout the day it kept on trading, and then it broke out. But when then it was taking a support at the same level of 750. So that's a good sign for Bank Nifty to go up. So this is all about my views on Bank Nifty. So for the coming week or coming few days, so this is just again a disclaimer. This is just sharing my views. This is not a technical or a stock market advice or financial advice in any ways. Please take your calls at your own risk and consult your financial advisors if you need. And this video is purely on technical, the education purposes only. Alright, hope you like the video. If you like it, please don't mind sharing it with your friends, and just give us a like and comment. We'll be happy to engage with you there. Have a good day. Happy investing. Bye.